What up, Cancer? It's your girl Kelly coming at you straight out of Boston for the Queen Bee Tarot. It's time for your end of September into the beginning of October reading. Okay, so I've been getting, just ever since I've gotten this concussion, I have been getting like ridiculous amounts of energy, and honing in on just one of them for reading has not been easy, which I kind of like because it is a general reading and it gives y'all, more to grasp from. When it's a general reading, you kind of have to take what applies and leave what doesn't. But I'm finding that the general readings, ever since I kind of turned my brain into applesauce a few weeks ago, the energies have been kind of crazy with that. And so, I just want to say that I've been picking up more than usual. I've been picking up more energy. So for you guys, like, I've been getting the feeling like someone's moving, like you're coming to the end of a relationship, Cancer. I feel like you're not being honest about your feelings, and that person has tried everything to get you to come out of your shell and kind of reintegrate back into the relationship, but it's just you feel too hurt to come out or to tell them what's bothering you or to tell them what you have on your mind. You're not sure if it's worth coming out of your shell for, and kind of, sorry, my concussion's like super itchy since it's finally clearing up, and so is this one. So if you see me itching, yeah. I just feel like you're not sure if you want to come out of your shell, and I'm not seeing a new beginning with this person. I'm not seeing you take the time to reintegrate back into the relationship and discuss what's going on. But, Cancer, that is a problem, and that's something that you guys do often. And it's a safety precaution, a safety measure. Of course, we all have one. Yours is just not coming out and telling somebody how you feel directly. And it gets to the point where the other person is frustrated because they've apologized, even though they don't know what they're apologizing for. They've tried talking it out. They've tried getting through. And it seems like, you guys are just a bit too hurt to let it go. So you guys, I have to say, you need to kind of take the high road on this. I feel like some of you are moving on without letting that person know. So they're still kind of in the picture, whether you live with them, whether you're married to them, or whether you're just in a friendship with benefits thing or whatever that is. I never did understand it, never did stand behind it. I don't judge it. It's your thing, it's your thing. But I feel like you need to take a higher road. You're not telling this person, in essence, like, I don't want to be in this relationship anymore. I feel like you're kind of relationship jumping right now. I feel like you haven't taken the time to, and this is for those of you that have been in multiple relationships. It could apply to a small number of you. I'm not saying all of you, but there's an unhealthy kind of feeling to it. It's like a bad habit. It's like you are scared to be alone, so you take on people you know aren't a soulmate, which is kind of like the devil card, bad routines, bad habits, having to get rid of bad mindsets, or even bad people. This is a really bad mindset to have. Like, you've got to learn to spend time on your own. You can't love someone else unless you love yourself first. And that's just a given. It's a rule. If you don't respect yourself, no one else will respect you either. And so, even if expressing yourself feels like you're going to get hurt, express it and then end the relationship. This is why I don't want to be in the relationship anymore. A, B, C, D, E, whatever, through X if you fucking have to. But tell that person. Don't just move on unhealthily without ending things and closing karmic cycles, because I feel like for some of you, there's a karmic cycle there. And you keep coming back to this person or thinking about this person or wanting them to show back up. If they've already left. If they haven't left, you're not being quite honest with them, and that needs to stop. Like, you just need to let them know, hey, I'm not interested in anything you have to offer. We're not compatible, and move on. You don't have to come completely out of your shell for that. You can just explain to them you don't feel that we're compatible, but take some time to be by yourself, because right now is not a time for getting used to or getting stuck in bad mind habits, mental prisons and things like that. The way the planets are aligned, there's kind of been a war going on up there. But mentally, it has caused a lot of us, because the lunar energy is still hanging over us, the lunar eclipse energy. And it's caused a lot of people to take pause and take a look at some of their more toxic traits, if they have them, or traits that they could work on, spiritually, physically, mentally, whatever trait it is you feel like you need to work on. This is the time to do that. There's kind of like a wish card out there for people who put in the work. So take some time to back up. Don't jump right into another relationship or start talking to people immediately. Give yourself time to kind of mourn whatever happened between you two. I don't feel like there was a third party for a good portion of you. I just feel like you're not compatible. And you need to say that. You need to find a way to come out and say, hey, we're not compatible. Move on without hurting anybody. Because I feel like some of you are going to get caught at doing that dirt. And it's going to come out looking your fault, even though really you couldn't get along. You know, you really just couldn't make things work. You were two really different people. I don't want you to come out kind of looking like that person. Take the time to be alone. The way the planets are lined up right now, everybody is going through karmic hell. I mean, Aries is being asked to stop and think before they act. Do you know how hard that is for us? So here you're being asked to stop and think before you jump into relationships and get yourselves into something. I feel like also some of you are having trouble like regarding finances, and that may be a factor. This may be a small percentage of you, or it may be a large percentage given the way the planets are lined up. People are losing their jobs. People are having to deal with jealous coworkers who can't handle that cosmic energy that's kind of being forced on them. Watch my planetary video. You'll start to understand how this applies and why. So I feel like you could be dealing with some jealous coworkers. Some of you may be losing your job and you don't know it, or you do know that a large layoff is coming for you. I feel like it's kind of an end of an era for some of your, how do I want to put it? They've found that, I feel like some of these companies have found ways to either send it across seas so it's cheaper, or they found ways to create jobs for computers and mechanical wise. I keep getting like mechanical. And so for some of you, that's kind of an end of an era, and it's kind of hurtful because you feel like you've been, you know, very honest and a good employee, and you're just getting cut off with like here's a, you know, cut off bonus, and you know your job won't be available anymore. And it's kind of like one of those things that everyone's adopted technology. And so for some of you, may not be a huge number, just a small number of you, you may be going through that. But I do feel like a lot of you are going through some hard finances right now. Some of you, I feel like you have a boss that's kind of tyrannical and mean, and no matter what you do, it's just not pleasing for them. I feel like a King of Swords reverse type energy. Like they come in the room and everybody's silent and at their computer with their head down. There's no like banter, there's no fun, there's no nothing. It's just like head down. And that's causing you some angst, you know, sleepless nights, trouble at work, worried about losing your job, because this is the type of person that's unpredictable. So those of you who are strapped for money, which is just about everybody right now, all these planetary movements and that war and all of that energy that's hanging over us is causing delays in, you know, payments. I feel like some of you, speaking of payments, you're dealing with the justice system. It may be children, a settlement, something to do with money maybe. Definitely children. Okay. So a settlement, I feel like you're having to defend what you have. So maybe a divorce. You're waiting to see if justice comes through, but I feel like justice is going to come in the upright. I'm getting like a very positive feeling about that. You won't have to keep defending your stance much longer. This is a card for standing up for what you believe in. So I feel like you're not going to have to do that for much longer. I feel like, yeah, this is some sort of divorce or coming out of a relationship. you know, the Two of Cups is about reuniting, and I feel like this will not reunite. I feel like if you have recently reunited, it's not working out, and you're not being honest about how you feel or getting out of the relationship, and ending it in a proper way, which is, you know, this card says a lot right here. The Six of Pentacles reversed. You're in a kind of financial slump. So I would suggest like cutting back anything that you possibly can until this energy passes, Cancer. We're all getting hit with it, but it looks like some people will have a loss of job. Some people are tight on finances and didn't get a promotion they were promised. I see that some of you even had to cut back on buying your children's supplies for school. You bought what you could, and you're still struggling financially to maybe put them into soccer or put them into cheerleading and football. You can't afford the things that they want. And it's kind of hitting your heart because you are a big family person. And it may be due to the fact that you're coming through a divorce or something to do with the justice system, or money's just tight. You may have lost your job, whatever that may be. But still, you know, keep vibrating as the Empress. Stay up there. Stay up there. And also, this is a reminder with the Two of Pentacles here that if this is a person coming into your life, you've either lost them, they were a divine male or female, or they came into your life at the wrong time. You just couldn't make it work. I don't feel a third party connection here. But the weird part I do find is that you have, the sixes are always a victory. I find that you do have two sixes here. You have, this is a card of looking back on memories of children, of looking back. So maybe you've known this person before, and because of that, you thought you could make it work. And instead, you're in court, financial strife, something like that. But to have two victory cards there, one in the upright, one up reversed, is a little bit weird. We'll see where that goes further as I continue to flip through. But it does look like you tried to make something work, and it just didn't work for you. Yeah, okay. So I kind of want to get a better handle here. So it looks like when this person came along, you're out of balance. It could be financially, it could be emotionally. You could have just been very hurt by a relationship, and you didn't want to believe in the fact that this situation was real. It could be that you just, sorry, I have hair in my mouth, and I think it's kitty hair. But that's okay because he's super cute. So he gets away with it. But I feel like you were out of balance when this person came, and there was kind of no shot. One of you, and this could be either you or your partner. Please remember, this is a general reading. You weren't ready. So Cancer, you could have been ready, and this person was out of balance. Really needed to take the time to go inside themselves and figure out what they wanted. This is a card of stepping back from a situation, of taking a good look at it, of understanding that sometimes in order to make the correct decision and get back in balance, you need to take a step back. So maybe this person isn't quite gone yet, but you've told them you need a break. You're in your shell. You're contemplating. And this is for a collective of you. Again, I'm picking up crazy energy ever since I got a concussion. So I'm picking up a lot of individualized energy, and I'm also picking up like groups of energy. So this may not be all of you, but it's telling you to take a step back, look at the situation, get it back in balance, because this is a good person for you. So for those of you that are taking a break to just kind of collect yourself, this is what that person has to offer. Or maybe this is what you have to offer that person after just stepping back a little bit and looking at what that person means to you. There is a genuine offer here. But you just need to understand that you have to get your emotions back in balance. You have to get yourself back in balance. You have to see this person as a divine mate. You have to trust. And that is something that Cancer does not do. They pull out, they give a little bit, and they go back in their shell. But you form like a very strong connective bond emotionally to people being around you or in your life. I'm not sure what it is, but you never come out and fully give yourself. And this particular situation requires that. If you want that love to where you vibrate at nothing but love and you talk everything out, then you need to take a step back and learn to vibrate at this level. And if you don't know what that means, you have a lot of spiritual work to do, because there's a very special offer right in front of you. And this could be a man or a woman. This person is got their shit together. They're boss. They're fucking boss. And they have a great offer for you. And they're allowing you to take some time off to get that balance back. This person is a boss. So if you're wondering, like, this person's spending so much time with me, you know, they're buying stuff for my home that I didn't have because you're short on money. Excuse me. This person is real and they have an offer to give you. You just need to get your emotions back in balance. And that's what this is telling you. I mean, this is so far, looks like a great read. You've got some great cards here. You've got victory cards. And even though someone may be leaving your situation, you still have great cards. Okay, so again, it's showing the card of options. So you're keeping options open. And I don't know if it's with this, you know, divine male or female, or whether you're kind of stepping out of that marriage situation and keeping options open. But one of you is keeping options open. And there's going to be some communication about that, because one of you sees it. It's not as hidden as you think. And it's, again, I said you have a bad habit of jumping relationship to relationship. So if what you're doing is jumping cup to cup, you're not going to learn the lessons that you need to. This is the card of Leo in reverse, strength in reverse. It's almost like a bad habit for you. Like I said, it's like the devil card. It's something that you need to learn how to be on your own, because on your own, you're so special. You're a fantastic person. You're a loving person. You're a caring person, but you have to learn the ability to be on your own and not just family prioritized all the time. It shows here the card of Gemini, and that you have an inability to make a choice. So either you cannot decide about this person who is coming around a lot, is helping you. You feel like there's an ulterior motive. There's not. They're just a divine person who vibrates at a high level and is there to do nothing but help. And you need to really make that decision. You need to make that decision on whether or not you want to take that person into your life and let go of all of these bad habits that you have. Take it slow with them. Like I said, take a step back. Let them know, hey, I just got out of something not too long ago. I'm still hurting over it. But you have an inability to make a decision. So you need to really take a look at things and decide what is it that you want. And you, a lot of the time, as Cancer, being emotional and not wanting to let go, which isn't always a bad thing. You just have this major inability to make a decision right now. And that's kind of weighing on this divine male or female. Or maybe you can't decide whether or not you want to go through with the divorce, but you're keeping your options open and you're talking to other people. Yeah, there's some kind of trickery here, and you're, unfortunately, either you or your partner is going to get caught at it, because someone's starting to see that you're not vibrating in your highest self. You're not, sounds much better, doesn't it? And I didn't go back to the hospital. I took care of it myself. There's some trickery here. They're seeing that you're not vibrating at your highest level. You are not putting forth your full cup of love. You're giving like a half-ass offer and running back in your shell. And they can see that. And it's going to lead to devastation if you don't start to make a decision. Also, if some of you are making a decision about work, because we do have the Four of Pentacles next, you need to make that decision quickly. Otherwise, they're going to move on to another candidate. So if it's money that's stopping you from taking the position, you really need to work your budget out like yesterday because I feel like a job being pulled away because you're indecisive. It could be a step up, it could be a title change at work. It could be something massive, a new project, but you're not making up your making up your mind. That's weird. Usually when I say something like that, it's pertaining to something. So some of you, I feel like they didn't offer you the offer that you wanted and you're not willing to move on this. So some of you, even though you want the job really bad, you're not willing to move on this. You're not negotiating. You're holding on to the offer that you want, which could cause you to lose a job offer or several job offers. So you really need to be careful with this. This can also read into your love life of not being in the upright with the Magician means that you're getting into something that either you don't understand and you're messing with something you don't understand, or there's some trickery going on here and it's one of you is going to end up devastated. So Cancer, if you're keeping your options open like that and someone catches you, you're going to end up devastated and you're going to end up in your shell like she is. I mean, she's sitting on top of all of her belongings. She's got the key in her lap. She's sitting on the chest. She's got all of her coins drawn to her chest. It's almost like you're not opening up. You're not letting go. And that's what's causing this rift between you guys. And it's going to cause some devastation if you don't start to learn to open up and let go. You'll never have a great functioning relationship if there's no give and take. If you're always just taking and running back in your shell to analyze, but leaving nothing out there for the other person eventually is just going to leave. And you're showing up in the reverse right now. You're showing up kind of emotionally manipulative. Not being true about your love. And this could be you or your partner. Again, it's a general read. It's showing that someone here isn't showing up true in their love. And this is your card. This is the card of Cancer, water sign. So, take a good look at your motives or take a good look at your significant other's motives, whoever it is that you feel this energy kind of leans toward. It's sneaky. It's devastating when they find out, and they do find out, and holding on so tight, especially to material. Be careful not to be materialistic toward this divine male or female, but you need to get out of this headspace because this isn't a good place to be. This is the kind of Cancer behavior where you jump relationship to relationship and you take every unhealthy habit that you just had in each of the prior relationships with you without taking the time to understand why it happened, how it happened, and how it got to the way that it did. Now, this is kind of the way that they're seeing you. You're going through a hard time financially. They're vibrating at a high level and they feel like they can help you, but they know that there's a choice there. There's other people there and you need to make that decision. So you're appearing like this to them, vibrating at a low level. You're at the Queen, but you're vibrating at a low level and you have the inability, the Gemini card, the inability lovers to make a decision. And that's the way they're seeing you. They're trying to help you, but this is the way they're seeing you. They can't help that. That's the way you're presenting yourself right now is the Queen of Cups in reverse, which is emotional manipulation, not being truthful about your feelings, not being truthful about a lot of things. And so I don't know how long that person is going to hang out there and stick around. So going another way, we've got the Two of Pentacles reversed. The Two of Cups reversed, the Two of Pentacles reversed. So you've got two twos here, and they're both in reverse. This is letting you know this situation is way out of balance. Whoever this is that you're with isn't good for you. They make you feel, I feel like, insecure. They go out of their way to make you feel insecure. So this could be you or your partner. So if you're doing this, Cancer, know that that's how you're causing your significant other to feel. I don't see this person coming back. So this could pertain to a divorce, a breakup, but either you or your partner, this is way out of whack. It's very toxic. And yes, it's a karmic circle that you need to close. You need finality. You need to close this karmic circle because it's not good for either one of you, it looks like. It makes you feel one of you is very possessive and the other one it makes feel insecure, and so it gets toxic and it goes around in circles. Again here, you know, going a different way, you know, here you are, you're taking a stand for what you believe in, and this could relate to work. It could be that you don't want to back down from that offer. You feel like you're worth more than what they're offering you, and you probably are. But that's companies these days, because they can send it overseas, or someone's desperate enough to take the job without all the hassle because they're broke. So it's telling you to take a step back and look at what you're defending. Look at what you're defending. It could be your behavior, because here we have messages coming through. We have back and forth email, I feel like. So this could relate to love or work. So maybe the stance that you're taking isn't quite right, but you need to take a step back, which is something Cancer is. It's very hard for you to step back emotionally and really put your emotions aside and look at the situation. Just like Aries, think before you act. Like, really? You want me to what? This is asking you to do the hardest thing for you, and it's the lesson you need to learn in order to be in that divine relationship. In terms of a love relationship, taking a step back and keeping your options open, someone's going to find out. You're going to get messages, and this stance isn't going to work. You're going to be devastated that you got caught, because you did have feelings for this person. So you really need to take a good look at your motives right now, Cancer, especially with work and with love situations. You do have, again, a victory card here of naivety, of feeling childlike again, or children involved. This could be the divorce. I also get the feeling like some of you were trapped by a child. Some of you, it may not be yours. And it came with like this love message, oh, I'm pregnant and whatever. But I feel like some of you kind of got trapped by this. And maybe that's why you're so reluctant, because it looked great. It appeared great, but that was surface, because behind it all, you have a person who kept their options open, who's being mysterious, who's hiding things from you, like maybe the pregnancy isn't yours, who's, you know, coming in as the magician in reverse, because they're hiding things. They're sneaky. A magician hides things. And so I feel like some of you got trapped in a situation for someone getting pregnant on purpose, and it looked great. And then all of this started to come into play as you got further into the situation. So again, it's taking a step back and looking at, what do you really want? Not getting involved in 4 more relationships right after this. And I'm not saying all of you do that. So please don't get in the comments and be like, oh, you're trashing us. I'm definitely not. I'm non-judgmental. Whatever your situation is, it is. You know, just keep those things in mind when you are, you know, making your decisions. So let's find out what the angels have for you guys. I think it's going to be something great. I feel like even though you're going through these transitional periods and learning, like we all are, and it's hard, it is hard. I can't even tell you how many times I found myself acting without thinking. Let's find out what the angels have to say. But if you complete this lesson, you're going to have a wish card there. Layla, spend time alone in nature, meditating about your desires and intentions, and ask the angels to help you gain a positive perspective. So again, it's reiterating the fact that you need to spend time alone. You need to be away from relationships. You need to be out of the dating game in the course of things. Get off all those dating apps and all that crap you've been on, and spend time alone. Ask the angels to help you figure out what you really want. What does Cancer really want in a relationship? Talk with the angels about that. Oceana, take action. You're in touch with your truth in this situation, and you need to trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. So in the situation where you've got a divine male or female there, trust your gut. Don't overthink it. Don't sit in your shell taking. Trust your gut. Be one with this person. Take that offer. Do you know how many times that offer comes along in a lifetime? Pretty much 0. Aurora, you are flying high right now, which may threaten others. But don't descend because others will soon become inspired by your example. So get on that spiritual lesson, get flying and let people see like you're taking this on, you're taking initiative to learn the lessons that you need to learn. And everyone will follow suit. Azure, your destined outcome will occur in the very near future. Have patience and faith, and don't try to force it to happen. Don't force yourself into a position you're not comfortable with work, with a relationship, with whatever. And I keep saying relationship because I keep getting this like bouncing from one to another, like you're coming to the end of a relationship with someone, but you've already been talking with someone else. And I feel like that's kind of a pattern they're telling me that's been going for some of you. So don't force it to happen. Take your time. Look around. Smell the roses. Merlina, you are confused and indecisive because you do not have enough information. Do research or seek expert advice before making a decision. Again, this could relate to a relationship or a job situation. In this case, I would suggest a personal reading. That's just me. Okay, Cancer. Well, that is it for your end of September, beginning of October. I will be back soon with your monthlies. And until then, I hope y'all are doing good. I'm slowly getting better from my neck surgery and from fracturing everything that I own. Leave some comments, guys. Let me know, because my energy is just so big and I could read all day and night. And I'm like picking up certain situations. So, leave me a comment and let me know what's going on with you guys, because I'm kind of concerned. So I'll catch y'all later. This is Kelly, straight out of Boston from the Queen Bee Tarot.